Okay, in this video segment what we're going to show you is we're going to show you how to run the wiring harnesses that connect to your amp from the stock stereo unit. Now we'll send you the wiring harnesses that go to the amps that you ordered. Some of them may be different than the ones you see here, but for these two amps we're going to use these two wire harnesses right here. You're also going to need to run your bass control knob, which connects to your sub amp, and that'll connect up here to your bass control knob, which we're going to put right here in this cubby, and we'll show you a better view here shortly. Now, in another video we already showed you how to get the power to here. We already showed you how to get the 12 gauge connection for the sub to here as well. We are going to need to pull back the carpet some. To do that, you don't really need to remove the center console or any of this. You're just going to pull this part out where it goes. It's a little lip that goes underneath the carpet. If you pull down, it'll come right out. You don't need to pull it all out. This is as much as I'm going to pull out. And then we're just going to fold it. And to keep it out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and tuck it underneath. And this is just going to hold it out of the way so that you can do what you need. We'll go ahead and unravel these. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to straighten out all the wiring after you pull it out of the package. Again, you're going to want to be very careful that you don't pull too hard on those blue and black clips. I'm going to go ahead and put this over to the driver's side. What that's going to do is that's going to keep it straight. Maybe you could get a better view of how I'm running this. Now I'm just going to run it all in a bundle. It'll just make it easier. You're not doing double the work. Again, being very careful with your blue and your black connections. Let's move the factory wiring out of the way. Okay, where I'm going to feed these through is in the back passenger side corner of the stereo. I have a pretty open space. I'm going to feed them in and I'm going to let them drop down, and then I'm going to reach in right here and I'm going to feel for them, and then I'll pull them through very carefully again. You don't want to damage those harnesses. Here I have one harness, come the rest, and there we have it. Let's go ahead and untangle these harnesses. Make sure you have each one of them. You're going to have 3 blue, 2 black. It looks like I have 3 blue, 1 black. Let me find that last harness, which is right here. So now I have my 3 blue and my 2 black. We're going to come down one more so that we could get through this console. But instead of pulling just from this end, I'm going to go ahead and feed it also. Feed it down. You don't want to pull, you just want to feed it through, and it'll come pretty easily. You're going to want to definitely take your time doing this. You don't want to snag anything or cut any of the wiring or pull too hard, so just take your time, take it easy. And there we have it. We have all of our harnesses. We can double check. 1, 2, 3 blue, 2 black. Now here I'm going to go ahead and run as much down as I can. I know we leave a lot of slack. That gives you room to run this anywhere you want. And I'm going to connect my rear speakers. This one, the male will go into your stereo. The female gets connected to the factory harness. Let's pull myself a little more slack on that. Front, which are your white and your gray. And again, the female goes to the factory, the male goes to the stereo. So female to factory. Make sure that clicks. I'm going to come down, and as a personal preference, I'm going to stay underneath this vent. So I'm going to bring it a little bit further, again feeding it instead of pulling it. When you get to the harnesses, you'll want to pull the paneling out a little bit so they fit through without getting snagged. So I'm going to pull the slack back into the console, feeding it as I'm pulling. If you end up needing to use the constant and the remote, those are going to go in the front of the amp, so I'm going to keep those with the black connectors. Again, the blue connectors are going to go towards the back, so those I'm going to need just a little bit more slack. I'm going to bring them under. And as for right now, I'm not going to tighten this wiring up until after I connect the amp and get it where I want it to be and all of that. But what I would do, or what I will do when I'm all done, is I'm going to get my extra wiring and I'm going to loop it up. And I'm going to keep it out of the way. I'm going to get a big tie wrap and I'm going to tie wrap that down and just keep that tucked in out of the way. We're also going to need to run the bass knob.